This is about United's goalkeeper. What's that? Rubbish. Wait, baby, come on. Oh, you got it. Let's cause chaos, Tiger. 7-7. Yeah, 7-8. Whatever. Not the back. Come on, Tiger, baby, come on! The referee doesn't want it. Give me. Come on, Tiger, baby! That's all good. I got for now. Yeah, but you don't want to put a save. Go on, Tiger! Good, and Bedford is playing safe already. Oh my God, he's giving me some. Wait, Lacey, you're going to go down the rail in a minute. What a safety! Go on, Tiger! That's what we do! We play a scene! And he's not playing safe, is he not? Oh, check it! Too simple. Tomorrow. Wait, my man, she is down the last attack of all the kids. You want a kid, Gregor? You're something in right now. Or if you want to drop out. What a sound! Why do you? His just drop. You know, Ian is going to show all these. He's going to hold this for the sake of holding it. Ian is going to show all these. Yeah, come on, work it out. Come on. We didn't want the first for him anyway. We'll take it anyway. Oh my God. Conviction. Oh my God, he meant to drop that.
Would you play that safe? You had a sheet in front of you, would you?
This double goal is all. He's trying to give me some on the first rail. Find the Tiger, baby. Find it. Stop what he's getting, man. I see two balls on the rail anyway, Tiger. You can't lose.
What you want to play safe again? Crack them knuckles, Tiger. Crack them knuckles.
Trying to get them off the rail.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness, hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior, inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior, get off of me, this ain't no humble brag, I want you to hear words, you can say them back, I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last.
Oh my God, his head is all over the place. He's at the ring and break you up. That's 1 point down. 74 more to go. Oh, what a pop. From my mate. That's not very good, is it? Go for that. This is my mate. Hey, you feel something? Say that now, don't you? Oh, come on, baby! Oh, he has a spring in his step up. Oh my God! Come on, Tiger, baby! worry, coach. We get another goal.
Tiger, let's go now. Come on. You've already missed that.
Now we're going to know you're throwing the match.
You can make it look like we're not going in the close. You don't mean it. What's up, man? I actually missed that. I was trying to this thing in here, look.
We're first time.
Yeah, Tiger, come on. Let's go, Tiger. Yes, Tiger, that's the one. Come on. Yes, Tiger!
Go on, son! Clap your hand up! Clap for the handicap! Let's go! What happened? I didn't see it. Gio was trying to put me inside there.
You were on the front. Hey, look at that.
Oussama, baby! Get on! We're going to cause chaos! Come on, Oussama, man. Come on, work it out!
With our winter clear and pneumonia vaccination services and our wide work.
Come on, Tiger, come on!
Come on, Tiger! Oh!
Legendary!
He's doing fuck tonight, baby! Come on!
Tiger smash!
Tiger's
Get in there!
Alright, we'll make a kick over there, don't worry about it. I kick my
Tiger!
arse.
That's when you want to come forward, yeah.
Here we go!
Tiger!
Check it out, check it out.
I didn't see you.
Yeah, you want to come out? Oh, man, you want to come higher? Yeah.
Hold on, let him move forward.
No, no, fine. We're getting lucky. Come on, relax.
Tiger break.
Yeah, but that was a hard shot. Yeah, but he has to live. Let's go. Let's go. He's good for his days.
It's all right. Hey, you get your time tomorrow. You get your time tomorrow. You're very jealous.
Come on, Tiger! Bring the fire, guys! Come on! Leave for rock
Let's
bottom.
go, Tiger!
Come on, you horny bastard! We're playing safe off the break. That's what we do. I made it get another kick anyway. Don't worry about it. He's already played safe. Oh, Jesus! That hurt.
That needs a miracle. He needs a miracle.
There's a rule on the table. We gotta fix it tomorrow anyway.
If he clears up from here, I'm going to give him the match. I don't even want to see another friend.
Oh my God, I made it.
That's really bad. Come on, Tiger! Tiger! Go on, Tiger!
Tiger,
They're all there now. They're all there.
Oh, fuck, the yellow's up in the hole.
Yeah, but it's under it. He got buckets under it.
Who are you?
Barry.
Come on, Tiger.
That's my colleague.
Thank you.
In case you didn't know.
Thank you. Vice President. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. Well, what is short, eh? He can't put it in the same way.
Still a bad miss. Come on, Tiger! He is absolutely rubbish.
You're not listening.
Come on, what shot? Even the head gets deep. Even the head gets deep. Come on, Tiger.
Oh, we love the Q power. We love it. Stop showing off, mate. Give him a chance.
Oh, I have a view here now. Give me a second. Whoa.
The man got a bit on the tube. Here it is. Yeah, I don't spread lies.
Moroccan sex street.
What's his name? Oussama, is it? Make him not like this guy. Ow! Ow! Ow!
That's Irish tongue stuff, isn't it? Fucking head.
That's what happens when you play safe, buddy. You live to fight another day. Know what I mean? Don't be playing safe in the break.
Unless you're not over, right? That's different.
I love chaos, though. He has a 1 litre bottle of water and a half a litre bottle of all drank.
I tell you, cold is good from coming from behind, though.
He is, yeah.
The evidence in Pancras is about drinking cold.
Being cold is mates. It will help. You love me and I love you. Cheers, cheers, cheers. John forgot about the because he's falling asleep as per usual.
He's true. He was doing it.
A fella
asleep when you part the winning bag against Tory. There was more chance of Johnson catching the guy to come on, Tiger. You part Where Johnson said, I chased him down the road. How was that? Yeah. Yes, Tiger, come on! Thompson gets him all day long. The silver. Get in there. I predict the Ryan. I call the chaos tonight. What, Tiger? Yes, Tiger! He doesn't want to that far.
Oh, he's in Newcastle.
Yes, Tiger, come on now.
Oh, he's only perfect. He's only perfect.
Tiger, make sure, make sure.
Drop your time. Drop it.
Oh, you love it, Tiger. Mind your word. Mind your word, Tiger. Come on, Tiger. Come on, Tiger.
Make sure that was on.
Come on! Put your big dicky in there! Go! bred on the plant next, obviously.
Obviously, he likes plants.
Obviously, bred on the plant next.
Yeah,
I
bred on the skinny. That's a shot and a half.
What a player!
I'm back on his side. I love him.
If there's one man that I know when he starts thinking he doesn't stop, name's Paul Bedford.
I thought it was Shane Thompson. We'll take your word for it. Austin knows what we have a lot of right now.
Oh, that's not very good. Hey! It's all right, though. At least when you do the alphabet, you can have a shower. That's a white player. Come on, play for my money as well. Go ahead, go ahead.
Played safe. I never forget what he said a minute ago.
Tiger, make sure it's fun.
Who's that in goal, baby? Come on. Free shot in the middle. Come on, dog. Free shot in the middle. Show what your job. Shut your mouth. It's the reason why he's not there and you're not.
Yeah, no. I can barely fill him with that shit. Where you go?
Free shot.
It's music meaning. He could have went for the middle and go there.
Come on, Murray.
Come on, Tiger, make sure. Nobody tell you what to do.
Oh, Tiger, stop it.
There you go again. you reckon you do that tomorrow?
With my arm.
Get up, I want to in promotion. We're going places. We're going to rock this. Jimmy over the corner. See him? I ain't getting a picture with him. Me and Jimmy get what are we doing for? Anyone keep playing? I make my hero. You get on the rock. Oh, my lap is pure. I saw an angel. I'm not, I'm sure. In the hole. Hey, you better get around. Oh, you skipper. Simon, that's okay, baby. Come on, work it out. Tell me something. Yes, Tiger. Go that one there, Tom. To the middle, all day long. Yes, Tiger, come on, confidence. Come on. Take your time, baby. Come on. Oh, my Jesus! Here it is. Close the door. Not your son. Shut yourself. He's the best that ever came to us. Fuck Enali. Enali's not the man. Come on, the tiger! We're on here. trying to hit me balls with glass. No, he's sound. He's trying to hit me balls with glass.
Go on, Cole. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby. Oh my God. You know where you are. There doesn't give me a chance. I had to come for the truth. Well, we already got him in that custom. 1850.
Actually made for sharing.
And Tiger was starving from hunger. I swear to God that was no shot.
Oh, he's flying now, he's swagging now. Yeah, Plum would have got in though.
Try and make a game of it, will you?
Come on, you horny man, you! English bastard, I love it! Is it? Yeah, but what's she still English? Come on, Ranky! You love it, don't you? What, Gareth Bill? Well, you love it, don't you? Watch you out!
They make a game of it, it's getting quite good.
Come on, Tiger, let's go!
Tiger's going to break it. He breaks it.
Ellie, you need to be able to freak the other days than Monday and Sunday. It's a good day, it's a good day. You really ain't guarantee him a penny if you're sober. Yes, Tiger! Oh my God, look at these reds. Look at these reds. Oh, you drop it in and one in the middle. Yeah, one in the middle. Couch it. Still one. Lane! Don't say a word. Bobby just lay there. Spread up. Come on, Cole. I know you watch it. Oh, you watch it. Perfect, Georgia. Make sure, Tiger, come on.
John, he's really sorry. He's really sorry. I'll make him sorry. I will make him sorry. He will never speak like that again. He'll go to the bar.
Tiger, come on. Yes, Tiger. I didn't play that way, I just skipped the ad. Not even my fault. You might just... Go on, Bedford, let's go. Stop that, bro. You got a card from the snooker
Doing this, Tiger! Come on!
Go, Oussama! Go on, my man.
Come on, Tiger!
Couldn't even do that.
Line 4 now, come on, line. Break this, line 4.
He's in the zone. Hold your fuck. He's in the zone. He looked at me. Chaos, my arse. Chaos for your fans.
Only from chaos to Sammy Crack's back.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it.
10 to 1 you're on, yeah? Give me 10. What? No, you I'll give you 1.5. Your favourite. He's pro.
He's actually pro.
No.
We've actually relegated him for next season. We're actually relegated him. Yeah.
But there's never.
Come on, Tiger, break this, let's go. He called it.
Oh my god, look at the tune. Tiger.
Yeah! Go on! Go, Tiger!
You're a
Go on!
machine.
Well, good shot out, Tiger.
And he's even got 2 cues.
I didn't say he was sick.
Oh! That's how good he is. Come on, baby! Ah, baby! Or they call it mania.
Ah, Tiger!
Let's go, Tiger! As Tiger say, this game is... This game is easy! Call the sheriff! He didn't even know what to do. He thought the game was tomorrow.
How did you get back here?
He thought he was playing the fabric. Oh my god. Try again. Oh my god. What a through. What a through.
He actually got low leaving it, but where's the black ball?
Nowhere.
Black's going nowhere.
It's down the rail. John knows he can't.
You made no that way.
Red team play.
seen these rattles.
Yes, Paul.
He wasn't down on the table next time. You said that. Hey, what's that spell? Sorry, what's that spell? You weren't even in Europe. You're a bad man. The first time you went to a match with us. We got you good. Good, Bedford. Good. Ian been practicing. Ian been practicing. Don't worry, guys. I'm not stressed. I'm here. I'm here. It's okay, son. He puts it out. John didn't have a bit of a lead. Break this shit. Referee obviously says something to you as well.
It's happened.
They got you shit going on, eh? No. You sound like that guy there.
What's that guy?
No way. Oh, listen. Break call ref. Go on, referee. Go on, referee. Hello. Hey, do we get to see this thing done tomorrow? Foul! Foul would be such a shit shot. You were complaining at the middle. I've seen you now doing this shit before. I really love. Oh my God, Tiger! He thinks you're shite. Oh my God, Tiger! He thinks you're shite. He thinks you're shite. Tiger, I don't give this. Fire is good, Tiger. Oh, he loves it. Drop in the middle. Drop that down there. Hey, you can't do that shit. You know me, you know it.
You actually want the coach, trust me, you want the coach. Because he's fucking useless.
Just keep taking semi-penny. Hold the scoreboard. Come on, Oussama.
Knowledge.
Not just a pretty face. He meant the one that dance and everything. I want to show you, right? Oh, I want to fucking show you, right?
Very nice shot.
Oh, I won't let you, let me horny.
Your mother's bean.
Go on, Oussama!
8 o'clock in the morning, Come on! Come on, Oussama! Come on, baby!
Okay.
How do you take it there, right? I look, come here. Peter, he give me a I've got 5 to bet. And I bet him 5 too. Yeah, 2-2. I know that. Hey, what's that doing?
Yes, Tiger! Come on!
Yes, Tiger! Oussama! Go swag it out, Oussama! Let's go to step.
Whatever he said about the horse. I'm telling you,
Back then he was one horse off today for 150 grand.
yeah, you'll be here tonight if you want to. I'll be here with me.
I'll be here, glow.
This guy. We all. You don't see Tiger's right there. Come on, Cole. He's a troublemaker. Coming down here giving free money. We fucking love it.
No enough here, please. Please, boss. No enough.
Give us a fucking challenge. Oh my god, he's snorting. It's like he wants gear. He wants to go tighter.
What time's your flight at?
Go on, Tiger. Go on, Tiger. Oh, Hardy.
Oh my god, it's dry.
Dodging. Oh.
He's going to strike. Shit.
You are back there. I don't know who they are. They're going on. Pretty green eyes. Come on, go, baby. All right and right. Why do you want to go back to Derry and have a game?
I'll take a 5 to 20 on anyone.
I beat him, sir.
Yes, I will, sir.
Especially that dribbly prick.
Can you bring this in his life?
Oh,
What do you want?
Make sure, come on, make sure. He comes to the leg of Morocco. Here, give me a cue anyway. Hey, give me the cue anyway.
Let's go!
Yes, Tiger, make sure, make sure. Yes, Tiger, come on.
Come on, Tiger!
That one's on the middle.
Come on, number 12.
Stand, Tiger!
That's what I meant. Yes, Tiger! Into the black, everything goes. Oh my God! That's a terrible shot! Just the black is all over.
Yeah, shut Oussama. I was enjoying the sentence afterwards. Whatever happened. I heard him say. But the devil's gone out hold of me. That's all he kept saying. We're on
I rode this town around and around.
I could probably only dreaming of getting a start like that. Come on, Cole. Everything around. Come on. Jimmy. Go, Knuckle. Jimmy, again.
Louder, it's a bit louder.
Don't point up here for nothing. I'm actually feeling sorry for you.
He's not on anything. He's not on anything. Except for that easy yellow in the middle.
Leave the fighter alone. A little horn ball of mine.
Why did he fancy us so much? Last time I brought the big speaker, we got banned. No! We're on the road again. We're on our way.
Oussama Masskini! That's where the tiger sleeps. That's where the tiger sleeps.
That's where the tiger sleeps.
Where do you sleep, tiger?
No eagle eyes, we have no faith in paradise.
He's on the hole.
Oh my God, how's that drop?
I don't know how we drunk, but there's a loophole. That's why he's one place out. Go on, Chaos. Go on, Chaos. Make a game of it, baby. What a shot! Whoa! He just fighting them. And I am a bit of a leg. Good shot there, mate. Good shot there, son. Yeah, we'll come back to them shit ones later. Perfect, mate. Couple of minutes here. Crash bang, wallet.
Lasher. El Lasher.
El Driblosaurus.
Not be happy with that.
Take yellows now, you would.
Told you go for triple.
Well, that's not very good, is it?
Get up!
That's not very good. When you flip one, you can flip another one.
Didn't even put your hand up, you donkey. Don't have hand up. Poof.
Go full
on the rim.
Yes, Bedford! What's that, chaos?
Yeah, you're only 6 behind now. Only 6.
All we need is a break in. I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I can handle a break in.
Bedford! Go on, Bedford! Go on, Bedford! Come on, baby! You horny man, you!
Donkey.
I told you about the website. Go on, Bedford! With their big dicks! Come on!
What the black leg?
Oh my God, he's flying over! Come on! Come on, go! Oh my God, the family song. Listen, family. The dirt bag, you listen. Shut in the middle of the pouring rain. You on the bike? Go on the family. Yeah, come on. We need a loudspeaker. I got a first class ticket. Yeah, I'm walking in there. Ah, go to the plane open. Ah! Come on, Gordon.
Come on, Tiger. Big shot, Tiger. Big shot, Tiger.
Come on, Tiger. Tiger wants to fuck. Ah, Tiger. Do it again. Straight set.
He's on it. Towards the end.
Tiger smash. Come on, Tiger. Back to the thing. Tiger. Down in the jungle room. Oh my God, you pulled it off. I told you to laugh.
I love that one.
Great shot. That's a great shot.
Good shot. It's like anything. Go, go. was a mini one. I'm going to run one.
Stop taking our feet.
No, he needs to like no shit. Like a roll of the man, like you calling stuff like that.
You're right, come on, Tiger, let's go.
Come on, Tiger.
Chicken burger or something. Man, is this screaming the whole night? I never seen him play. He's cold when he gets home.
Get in! Yes! Yes! Come on, Tiger!
Yes, Tiger!
Let's go, Tiger! Have a look, work it out.
Oh my god, immensely like come on, make sure it's up. Come on. Yes!
Come on, Tiger. Talk to them, talk to them, mate. He's calm, he's calm, just a ball.
We're charging it for the break.
Come on, Tiger, now.
Yes, make sure, Tiger. Come on, make sure. Come on. Come on. Yes, Tiger. Yes, Tiger! Come on! Tiger! Yeah, of course he goes in the middle. Yeah. I got 5 trying to get right on it. Hello, Carl. Go on, Bedford. Let's go. Don't worry, mate. Let's go. Don't worry about it.
Head up, mate, head up. Stick.
You didn't like that one?
Fucked it up already.
That's not very good.
That's not very good, you would like that one.
3 rows, Carl. 3 rows.
He's begging you. Oh my God, with white
That's a great shot. Oh, 3 rows, Carl. 3 rows here, boys. 3 rows, son. Oh! No. Fucking animal!
Good evening and a very warm welcome back to the action from the Hurricane Room. in King's Cross in London. And this match, which you've been watching for the last couple hours, between Oussama Masskini and Cole Bedford. It's been a cracker so far. We've been keeping an eye on the score, joined on comms now by Mark Shepherd. Myself and Mark have just been up at the Mosconi Cup, and there wasn't much to see down there, so we came back here and we thought we'd pick up the headphones and do a bit of commentary through this one. Yeah, good game. What the little bit we've seen of it so far on the, I mean, Oussama's had a lead all the way through it so far. Cole's coming back at him, 14-11, so just 3 frames in it. I think at one point there was 7 frames, I think at one point the gap, so it's plenty of time for Cole. We're only halfway through, but Oussama with the lead. And a great club here, Mark, isn't it? It's a really nice place.
Yeah, my local club. Great atmosphere in tonight. Lots of people, as you'd expect. This is kind of what you want in a money match, isn't it? If somebody gets ahead, it's long enough that there's a chance for a comeback still. The Mosconi Cup that we've just come from, a bit one-sided. Doesn't look like that's going to be the issue here.
Yeah. I mean, great from a European perspective, but I mean, we all want a competitive match, whatever we're watching, don't we? And that's what we're serving up here. Oussama with a decent chance. Yellows aren't particularly great. He's got the one yellow just to the left-hand side, which is going to be an awkward ball to get at. He needs to get the right angle on the one to middle to come up and develop that. Would dearly like to have gone reds there, but there was no opening ball.
Yeah.
Oh, it was in off. Sorry, it was in off from the break. It was in off. Missed the. I missed the break. So yeah, it was in off. It was a foul. So yeah, you can obviously still go reds. Well, I didn't expect that.
Well, he could have gone reds. He needed to put one though. So still open table.
Yeah, it is indeed. And what a leave this is.
Yeah, it's a bit odd because he played position onto that ball, and obviously not a difficult shot in the end. Sometimes be the way that the break in play can change things. They've just had a few minutes away from the table.
Yeah, Cole was obviously gathering some momentum before the break, and maybe that's just a little bit in Oussama's head. His corner up been trying to cheer him up, so he's shaking his head and a little mutter to himself, so he's not particularly happy with things at the moment. And another.
Oh, very surprising misses from both players, and Oussama now coming to the table with a great chance. And just when Cole was starting to come back into this match, he's narrowed the gap to the smallest it's been in a long time. It's actually quite an important frame, really, this first one back. Race to 25.
Yeah, you feel that he's been given a lifeline here, and you think he's going to gobble this one up.
The real problem with the yellows is going to get a position on the 8 ball, a little bit covered by the red at the top of the table, so he'll just need to get himself somewhere near the baulk cushion off his last ball. Played a cannon he didn't have to there, but it's turned out nicely. In fact, he's on ball to the top right as well as the one to the top left, so makes the position easier.
Yeah, it means he can leave that one to top left as his last ball to get onto the 8 as well. It makes life much easier.
Yeah, it's kind of created a path that didn't exist before. Slightly overdone that, wanted to be straight, but still just about okay. Chances for both of the players, and those are the frames that cost you when you know you've been in and had a decent chance. You'd have thought this one had slipped away after he made that early mistake, but Masskini gets the first one back after the break. 15-11 now. Quite a tough match to call beforehand. I mean, I think Cole's had a pretty good season in the pro ranks. He's probably A lot of people may be giving him the slight edge, but everyone knows Oussama's a good player.
Yeah, you mentioned that was a big frame. Re-established a 4-frame lead, and that will give Oussama a lot of confidence. If Cole could have taken advantage there and just come back within 2, I think Oussama would have been really feeling it. He's just got an entirely different look about him now. He's a big smile on his face. Whereas just a moment ago he was sat shaking his head after that missed ball. So he will break in this 27th frame. Didn't seem to time them particularly well, and the result is a dry break. Just didn't seem to get through the pack.
It's all about the timing off the break. You'd think 25 plus frames in you'd have discovered your timing, but as we all know, it's pretty elusive with the break at times.
Probably forced to go yellows here. Neither set are particularly nice.
Yeah, this plant bottom left could be made, but it's not dead set. It looks like it's going to the jaw at the moment.
And the reason you can't go reds here is because the red on the left-hand side is particularly difficult to develop with the yellows above and below acting as goalkeepers. So, yellows it is. They all have a pocket. It's just their natural pockets. Come down the table and he's at the slow down.
Right, it's tight. From his body language, I think he must be on the top one still.
Little shake of his head, but that doesn't necessarily mean Cole's not on it. It's not a particularly nice angle.
Yeah, getting himself into trouble. He's got the plant still, and it's not a bad angle to play it from. But that's always the trouble there. It was to concentrate on making the angle and hasn't really got a good position.
It's getting tougher and tougher now. The yellow just below the 8 ball now becomes a problem ball. Played the double in such a manner that he knew he was going to get some cover across that pocket. It's a decent blocker.
Yeah, he actually hit that double pretty well. It wasn't far away from going in off the road.
Again, you feel this is another huge frame to go 5 ahead here.
Yeah, we always say it's about momentum even in shorter matches, but absolutely is in longer formats like this. It's a long night if you're picking off the frames one by one. You want to try and spin a few together.
Does this red squeeze below the yellow? You can just pop it in behind.
Well, that's a pretty good place to have it, because it's not in a good place now to play a combination shot. It would be hard to pot red and yellow, so Cole's going to have to try and bump the yellow out. Not much he could do from there. Just had to buy himself a bit of time.
Yeah, the yellow now in a much better place to play some sort of combination shot, but definitely advantage Oussama at the moment with 6 reds on the table.
Yeah, he's not tempted to go for anything, just happy to cover another bag.
Yeah, he's in no hurry now.
As well, the fact the 2 yellows don't go, it'd be a different situation if he'd left a Cole a shot at something. Cause, wow, is he going to come off the cushion? Wow. Oh, what a great shot. That was a difficult place to play that combination from. Let's have a look at that again. Loading up with right hand side.
That's a great shot. No prizes though.
Goes for the treble. In off the red, is it? Oh, that was almost perfect.
Well, that would have been a couple back-to-back highlight reel shots there. Great effort.
That was a great combo to start with. Really hard when they're as close together. Almost pulled out the treble to back it up. Well, where's this 8 ball? That's staying safe on the table. All nice and open for Oussama. Unfortunately, Cole did all the hard work there. Referee Neil Tom's just being asked to clear. Well, he smeared the mark more on the table. Just a bit of chalk in front of the ball. You kind of felt beforehand this might be the kind of pattern of the match where Cole's going maybe after the more aggressive stuff and Oussama's stepping in to clear up when he's left a chance.
Particularly got a classic cue action. If you see that, there's no pause on the backswing whatsoever. He literally, it's almost like the last feather's a bit of a twitch. It's like half a feather and he pulls the cue back. It's definitely not classic.
No, he's got one of those sort of effective techniques, all quite compact, but not quite the same style as some. Devastatingly effective though.
Yeah, you do feel though that under pressure, that's a cue action that could definitely be questionable. But currently, he's not under pressure.
So another frame that could have gone either way. Cole had a couple of chances, but difficult ones, and didn't quite get there. So the gap opens up again.
Yeah, definitely not insurmountable. If Cole can string together, you know, he just needs to work in little sections of 3 frames. Just win the next section 2-1. And just get these frames back bit by bit. He's still got time. Oussama's still needing 9. So it's a bit of a road back for Cole.
Not the best break last time out for Oussama. See what we can get off the break here. It's a bit of a repeat of earlier. We were watching him practice before the match started and he seemed to be hitting the ball pretty well off the break, but did just keep coming up dry.
Yeah, getting a lot of balls moving, but nothing finding the pocket. Yeah, it seems to have been a feature of the match so far is dry breaks for Cole. It's like I said to him this afternoon, I mean, he's hitting them well, he just needs to just keep doing the same thing. Law of averages says you're going to take balls eventually.
Table looks to be playing as well, been recovered before the match.
Yeah, this is another fairly simple chance.
This is what he wants. He needs to start taking these frames in one visit. Keep Cole away from the table.
He's got a fairly big angle here. He's going to have to get into this cue ball.
Yeah, ideally wants to come up just to the right-hand side of the 8 ball as we look at it here, but he may have a bit too much angle for that.
He's going to struggle to get there, I think. It's a very reactive cloth. He's had to travel. Okay, well, he's got the one to the top of the table. It's whether he can avoid the red.
Yeah, would have loved one more roll. If he could have taken the one to the centre, this was all done. He's got it. I think he's going to have to just brush off the side of that red. Just wants to judge the cannon. Problem is, if he digs into it enough that he may just be able to miss the red, but then he's coming down the wrong side of the table. He really needs to come on and off the bottom cushion as we currently look at it.
He doesn't like it.
No, and you can understand why. It's actually, well, it doesn't look that bad. It's very hard to avoid the cannon with the red, and there's a real risk of the cue ball just getting squirted down the left-hand side of the table. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's an outcome I'll be more than happy with.
Yeah, it was well judged.
Good split from Cole off the break, but he didn't get to enjoy it, and Oussama's supporters are definitely getting to enjoy it. The small tiger is getting plenty of encouragement. Pretty easy to support your man when he's got a 6-frame lead. Annoying for Cole because he's got back into this match. He's kind of going to have to regroup and go again. But he has proved already tonight that he can claw back a deficit. 6 frames the advantage now. Still needs 8 for victory though. Best of 49, first of 25 takes the pot. Well, better contact that time. Seemed a cleaner split, but no balls finding the pocket. And Cole back to the table, but with a much messier layout than last time.
Yeah, isn't it always the way? When it's not going your way, your opponent breaks dry, and it's a bit of a headache. And immediately come down table. It looks like I think he's just got the angle on the. He can get to the one at the bottom of these to drive through. Doesn't need to hit this too hard. Yeah, that really is unlucky. Red bounces off the cushion and comes back over to cover. It's not getting any easier this game.
Had a great first shot. It was in absolutely prime position. Just overdone that cannon. Very quick pull, mind. You can see him immediately going after the problem ball. Now going to have to reroute up the table and come back for these two that are tied up at the bottom.
Yeah, if that red doesn't come back, he's in perfect shape just to pop the yellow to the left of the 8. He's very inventive little plan there. That's another very nice shot. Does well to see it. Very creative player.
Yeah, and sees it so quickly as well. It's like he didn't give any thought to that. Just instinctively knew the shot to play. Yeah, how's his luck? That wasn't really as played.
Well, he can still flick this yellow in, but the cue ball's going to be travelling. He's going to have to play a cannon just to hold it at the bottom of the table. Loading it up with left side. Needs a trace of luck. Good. It's not great. I mean, the yellow passes to middle, but you're going to have to play some shot to get on this 8 ball.
Yeah, it was a tough ask that. He needed really to get more gear on the ball if he was going to get nicely on the black. He's not really left much of a shot at all here. Don't know if he can even catch it thin enough to get it past the first red and off the underside of the second one.
The problem is now that Oussama just has all the balls left on the table. He can torture Cole from here, and you don't see this going any other way than another frame to the man from Morocco.
Yeah, that 8 ball is completely dead. As it happens, it's not even really going to matter because I don't think he's even going to need to play for a foul. He can just go for the clearance.
As I say, it's a very jabby cue action, isn't it? That when he delivers it, you see that it's almost like half a feather, and he quickly pulls it back. No pause there whatsoever. Yeah,
it's one you're not quite sure what the outcome's going to be, but it's Proved himself time and time again to be a good cueist. Always made sense to leave the ball bottom right until last. Guarantees easy position on the black.
Yeah, it's pretty simple stuff.
Technically he's either way around. Just going to screw back, leave the red straight to the top right. He wants to get a little bit closer to the red bottom right just to make the position easy, but limit to what he could do from there. Nothing to do with the white here, just wants to roll this in. A simple 8 ball to further extend the lead.
Yeah, it's one-way traffic since the break. Every frame going the way of Masskini. The home crowd happy with what they're seeing.
That break came at exactly the right time for Oussama. Cole was clawing his way back into the match. Hit the buffers a bit now. Still time. His opponent's 7 away from the victory mark, so not done yet, but he's going to have to win twice as many frames. He's got to win 14 before Oussama wins 7 if he wants to get this match. Reasonably quick pace of play. Not even 2.5 hours of play in the match. They've got through 29 frames already. Well, goes with a different break that time.
Same result.
Yeah, what a split. Look at these balls he's left. These reds are all here waiting for Oussama. Not really giving much away as he sits in his chair. He can sometimes be quite expressive, but he's feeling devastated with the way the last few frames have gone.
He's absolutely nailed the last couple of breaks, and what can you do if you're not making the ball? Especially when they run out like this for your opponent, it's just disgusting. Especially when you think of Oussama's last dry break in the last frame, where the table went horribly awkward.
Yeah, there's no question Oussama's had all the better chances since that break. Done what he needed to do though. You can only take the chances that are in front of you. Again, not the smoothest bit of cueing. Ideally have had the cue ball an inch or two further away from the rail, but still got a good angle here. Trying to play position on the ball on the left hand side, because that's the one that is slightly guarded. It's come a bit thin on it this time.
It just makes it a little bit more awkward. He has to reroute now, and wouldn't be the ball of choice to get onto the 8, so he can't leave it until last. I mean, he could leave it till last, but as I say, it wouldn't be the one that you choose. I think he has to take it now, just play the thin cut. Otherwise, you probably have to leave it. Well, I mean, you could play it as your third ball.
He doesn't love playing it now because the white's flying around, but there are 3 other balls. He'd be unlucky not to land on something.
Yeah.
To dig into this cue ball, ideally would have left this a bit straighter. Wants to screw back over towards the yellow on the balk line. No, has he got enough? Well, is he straight enough that he can drop it in, or is he going to have to play across the table?
I think he can check it off the cushion. If he's got to play across the table, the yellow in bulk plays pretty big. He can drop it in the check side. Oh, he did come across twice. He's gone far enough, but horrible cueing. I think the 8 ball does pass the bottom left, so he doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball. which is just as well because he can't do much with it.
And this trouble's been brewing for the last few shots. He's just been slipping further and further out of position.
That 8-ball's tight. Well, we're not going to find out now, but that 8-ball past that yellow looked extremely tight.
And this is the moment Cole's been waiting for. It's been frozen away from the table for a few frames now.
Has to put frames on the board.
And even though Oussama's got a 7-frame lead, he's going to be very annoyed not to put that one to bed. Cole's just the kind of opponent that once he starts bouncing back into a match, you just know that he can reel off a few. He's very purposeful tonight. There are times that he can show his emotions around the table, but he really looks up for the job. Very different style of play. It's got a sort of effortless, flowing cue action. Different from Oussama, but both effective in their own ways. Oh, this has been a good clearance. Not the most difficult position, but still when you're 7 frames behind. No shot clock in play, but Cole's playing though there is one. He's fairly flying around the table. The lead down to 6 now. 18-12 Masskini leads. Cole just stepping out of the arena. Long night for everyone. Neil Toms racks up the 31st frame of the match.
6 frames is not insurmountable. Cole Bedford is quite a destructive player when he gets on a roll. He's the kind of player that can string together 3 or 4 frames and put the pressure on. He needs the chances though.
Referees making sure the balls are absolutely touching. It's so important in any game, and particularly when there's a lot of money on the line. So Cole walks back into the arena. Oussama to break in frame 31.
Yeah, again, just hasn't connected that well at all. I mean, when it rains, it pours. I mean, not too much expression from Cole, but he must be feeling. Well, it's not a great break. It's not a great leave, but didn't deserve to make a ball off that break, and one got kicked in. And immediately breaks open the pack and gives himself a pretty decent chance. The 2 balls have come together at the bottom of the table. It's a plant you can make. Could go wrong though.
Balls are quite spread out. The white's going to be doing some travelling in the course of this frame. If he had a bit more angle, he could play for that plant now, but the ball to the bottom pocket is pretty straight, so he's going up the table first.
He needed a pretty big angle here. He's left himself an angle.
Yeah, he's looking at finding a gap in the middle of the table to play the ball down the right rail. It's not a huge margin. To settle for guaranteeing the shot but leaving it at distance. The shot is missable. The ball pretty much tight to that rail, which maybe makes it a shade easier, but still never guaranteed from distance. Well, never guaranteed, and another one that gets away from him.
I mean, Cole will definitely attack from here, but absolutely didn't need to. That's a horrible miscue.
Well, it's a horrible miscue, but he's played a perfect snooker.
Yeah, it's worked in his favour, but just gives the the baying fans something else to shout about. I mean, it looks like he can get through the gap. Decent effort. I think he's left the red through the gap though.
More difficult shot to start off than the one he was left at the last time, but he's going to be nicely in position where he drops this in, and the other red's all pretty open now. The red that's near the yellow does pop to the corner pocket, so nothing needs disturbing. It's always easier to be the second player in a frame. Get the traffic out of the way now.
Trusting the table being true there, and we saw this afternoon when the players were having a knock that the table really is absolutely spot on.
Yeah, it's a lovely cloth, and you can see there he played that previous shot with a lot of check side, checked nicely off the cushions. Sometimes it can be slippery with a new cloth, but playing conditions look pretty perfect. How many times do we see that when he cues up? It looks like he's cueing off to the side of the ball, then at the last minute just straightens up.
Oh, it's crazy. I can't get my head around it. It's basically the same thing that Judd Trump does. If you've ever seen him cueing, when you see, I was watching him practice earlier, and when he breaks, he's cueing the cue ball with extreme right-hand side, and then he adjusts in his final backswing and brings it to the centre ball, and he does it basically with every shot. Very strange.
I mean, it's such a hard thing to understand, isn't it? I mean, it's the thing Jimmy White does where you cue very low on the ball, which I don't get and would feel uncomfortable, but at least you're always sort of in the centre, in the left-right axis, but it's so hard to find the middle of the cue ball when you're coming to it so late in the shot.
What doesn't make sense to me is, when I spoke to him, he said he doesn't know he's doing it. He doesn't, when he's down on the ball, he doesn't recognise that he's doing it. He doesn't see that he's cueing to the right-hand side of the ball. I guess, I mean, that's not where you're looking, is it? I mean, you're looking at the pack. When you're breaking, you're often looking at your object ball, not necessarily looking at where you're cueing. But it's a strange thing. I guess it's just something. It's the way he learned, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you'd never tell anyone to do it, but you'd also be a bit nervous about telling him to stop doing it because he's such a good cueist with that technique.
Key shot coming up here. Needs to come back into the. Yeah, that's not great. I mean, it's a great little developing shot, but he's not left anything. He's got a horrible plant. What was the chance that may happen when you're playing that shot? I mean, that's a pretty disgusting plant, to be honest. He went for a double. Just wonder whether, just looking from that angle a second ago, maybe he could have cut that back to top left, but maybe it was just too thin. Just when we went to the overhead there, it looked like it may have been an option. I think he would have got closer than he did with the double anyway.
It's a difficult double from the position, just felt that there wasn't much else he could do. These yellows are all a bit clustered, but at least from Oussama's point of view, they're all in the middle of the table and kind of accessible to each other if you just keep tight control of the white.
Yeah, it should be a fairly simple clearance, really. It's just about keeping the cue ball under close control, and I mean, you don't really have to travel more than about 6 inches with any of these shots. Just about the order he takes them in. Fires that one in. Probably elect to play the yellow to middle. He's going to be carrying the red up table. It's going to open up everything.
That's it, free the black, baby, free the black.
Judge the cannon well as well. There's always a risk that you could push that over the pocket and block one of your balls, but
Let's go, baby. Come on, Kale.
I think now he won't want to leave the yellow on the side cushion till his last ball, so he just needs to. Yeah, so he's going to take this one long. Slightly tougher pop, but it means he can get on that yellow on the side and then they all naturally link.
Top yellow pots to the right centre, which makes the position easier. Just run the cue ball through as straight as possible on the last yellow. No, in fact, it's going the other way, down the table. That works equally well. Just the simple yellow to get position on the black. So, 6-frame lead re-established. Masskini leads 19-13.
Yeah, again, that was another big frame for Oussama. He was Cole had just put the two back together, and again, it just stops any momentum that he may have been gathering.
It's all about that momentum. He's got quite a few frames to claw back here. Needs to win.
And they call it Sod's Law because chances are he'll probably pop 3 off this break.
I actually won a race. I give -5 in the event. I've never won a race on my time. I've backed Chris Daddy 3 times.
So take 2 for Oussama. Well, you called it.
I mean, wow. You look at reds and they're pretty good. The 8 ball's obviously a problem, but I'm pretty sure he can play the red to the left hand side off the yellow and clear that pocket, so this is a fairly straightforward clearance.
Be all about those balls at the bottom of the table. It's the shot to open up the black that's going to be the important one. Well, you'd have thought that would be the important one, but it's important you get to it.
Yeah.
Surprise miss there. That wasn't really the shot that you thought would be the difficult one in that frame. It's not a perfect position this for Cole, but now he's back at the table, he can start trying to get some control of this frame. Push the ball up the left-hand rail, but it's not an easy shot from the position he's in, and otherwise this lines the black and yellow up into a plant, so yellow's in a better position. Was trying to get in tight behind that yellow though, he'd be annoyed to have left any kind of shot. Shot that and didn't ultimately get very close to it. It'll make you look a bit silly, those ones. Just catch the wrong side, you end up a long way away from the pocket.
Cole Cobra's in a count here if he wants to with Cannon. He's got the option to play that if he wishes to. Just weighing up the options.
It's made a real mess of the table now. Both players have got an issue. Someone's got the immediate issue though, because it's not easy to find a path out of this corner. There's only a narrow gap out. seemingly great outcomes, even if he does find a way out from this position. It's very hard not to leave something. Pretty good shot from where he was, options very limited.
Clever little shot, and it forces Cole to attack from here. It's not a bad table for him, really. I mean, obviously the 8-ball's tied up, but yeah, he always had that shot to be able to develop and narrow things in the open. He had a couple of options to be able to develop that 8-ball. Chosen the right ball to use to do it. And now good angle to come up table.
We have to get this frame on the board. It's an important one in the context of the scoreline, and it's an important one given that both of them had a chance.
Yeah, I mean, Cole needs score real pressure, and there's no pressure when you're 6 frames behind. But reduces that to 5. If he can get within 3, I mean, there's a way that he can get somewhere to kind of 2017. Then it just puts that little bit of pressure on Oussama. Asks a question of him. Apologies if you had some a couple of little issues with the stream. We recognise that it did just drop out slightly, and we've got it now back. Hopefully it's coming loud and clear in you, and we're going to monitor that. If it does happen again, then you just need to refresh. So just refresh the stream, and you should be able to get it back. Cold dry again. I mean, it's just horrible when you're trying to gain some kind of momentum. I mean, look at this for another break. There's balls spread all over the table, and it's just you're just trying to do anything to get back at your opponent. You come to the table and leave pretty much sitters again. I mean, not quite sitters, but very, very presentable opportunity.
Well, it's the quality of the breaks, isn't it? He's hitting them well, and as a result, he's getting a really good split, but then just keeps turning the table straight over. So obviously going to have to be yellows. Can't play for a red, but that's absolutely fine. The yellows spread nicely. He's got a choice of 2 potential starting balls. Maybe even a third. Taking a moment to plan the route out before he gets started, but doesn't look like there should be any problems. No prizes for guessing right now what Cole's analysis of this match would be where it's gone wrong. It's all been on the break and these last few frames, and sounds like that was the pattern of the match early on as well. Oussama supporters finding some voice as their man nears the finishing line in this frame. Psychologically, getting to that 20 mark, feel like you're within touching distance, 80% of the way to the finish line. Didn't have to play the touch off the yellow, but it's just trying to straighten the angle slightly. Playing one positional shot to get on the yellow that's directly above the cue ball at the moment. That's just what he's considering now. The ball to the left centre next, but just wants to leave himself nice, straight as possible on the ball to the bottom right corner. obviously going to be bottom right next. He can play either way round the other two balls. Probably the one on the left-hand side slightly easier to get good position on the 8 ball if he was to leave that until last, but didn't really have an angle to do that. The ball over the pocket's also fine, but he's going to have to negotiate a little bit of traffic as he comes up the table for the 8 ball.
Probably worth just mentioning again, because I recognise there'll be people returning after a little drop out. There a couple of technical glitches with the stream, but hopefully it's back and in perfect working order now. As we mentioned earlier, if it does drop out, do just make sure you refresh your browser, and you should be able to get it back. But we are just monitoring the situation.
That was always the thing, although it may have sounded overcritical to be saying it was difficult to play position off the ball over the pocket. It wasn't quite as easy a positional shot. There was always the risk of over or under doing it.
Yeah, this is a lot tougher than it should have been. It's a lot easier when you're 5 frames ahead, but and that's what I mentioned about that scoreboard pressure. Those shots are a lot more difficult when it's 20 each, or your opponent's like within 1 or 2 frames of you, and suddenly you can twitch those. But when you're 5 frames ahead, you've got that luxury.
Hard to the pocket in the end, cued it really well. First celebration we've seen in a while. There's been no shortage of celebrations from supporters, but Oussama punching the air as well as that black went down.
Yeah, you mentioned the barrier of 20 frames. Him recognising that's a big one to cross, and he just needs 5 more. And Cole needs a lot of help.
Yeah, he's going to have to win the rest of the match 11-4, which, when you put it like that, the way Oussama's played and the fact Cole's been frozen away, actually looked pretty good when he's been in. It's not been potting errors that have been costing him, it's been a lack of chances. And this is a chance now. Presentable chance to neaten up the scoreboard, get it to 20-15. See there, look how far to the left he is, cueing that when he first aims, and then moves over, finds the centre of the white when he ultimately makes impact.
I think he's landed perfectly in the gap here to take that red closest to the pocket, and a nice angle to come down onto the other ball.
Yeah, that turned out really nice. You wouldn't imagine it would have been a problem anyway, but finding that gap, just plucked out the middle one, left a nice angle, played that shot well, had to dig deep into the cue ball. Oh, and what a surprise miss, having seemingly done all the hard work. And is that the scoreboard pressure? Would we have seen that if he was 20-14 up? So supporters urging him to get these balls deposited, get yet one more on his side. The quality of the call a bit better than the quality of the singing. Keeping quite a measured pace around the table. Definitely the slower of the 2 players, although that's not saying much, as Cole's quicker than 95% of players. So many options from this position. Take these balls in any number of ways and still gets the result. It's the first out and out potting mistake we've seen in a while. Long straightish ball to the corner eluding Cole. Now just play a touch cannon onto the black just to hold the white. Not the best stroke shot, it's not a problem, but hoping to just come a couple of inches further back, then just screw the white directly back. Just do a bit more travelling now to get good position. Very good at this kind of frame. He sort of scraps his way through, not necessarily always in prime position, but just gets the job done, which is the key thing in a match like this. Found the gap. A lot of travel on the cue ball, but still got an open shot on the black. Never in doubt. 21-14. Oussama Masskini gets himself 4 away from the winning post. He's looking confident. His supporters are looking confident. His opponent, meanwhile, slumped in his chair, looking a bit more pensive. Still looks positive. He's not looking visibly frustrated, but it's just been a difficult restart to this match. He's been kind of scrapping his way through, nicked a couple of frames, but just struggling to sequence anything together right now. It's really hard to apply any pressure when you're this far back. Just got to deal with what's in front of you. Right now he just needs to get a couple on the board, get to the point where he can start thinking about a comeback. Oh, and this time it's gone from bad to worse. He's found the pot, but he's also found the cue ball. Well, fair play to Cole for his demeanour. He's giving everything still to this match, but just having no friends on the break. So, open table and a free shot for Oussama. Just to open things up a bit.
That's not the greatest shot though. Now he needs to control this cannon. Just a little bit on top of each other. Not quite as straightforward as it could have been. Oh, I didn't realise this top yellow went. That helps the case.
We've got access to the full white here. Ideally, he probably wanted to play with a bit of backspin, but he's going to have to just take what he's got. This may be okay, actually. He may be able to get through, actually, to both the ball to the centre and the one to the bottom corner. Tight this one to the centre, but it's a good ball to move out. And was able to get there. It's not got much space to get past the red. May have to just turn it over with a bit of side. did the important thing there, which was to avoid the cannon on the red as he came back past it. Wow, this is all looking pretty easy right now for the small tiger.
Yeah. It's doing one-way traffic.
More celebrations, and well they might, because he's now only 3 away from the winning post. So he'd have to win 11-2 if he's going to get this done. It's Oussama's break, which, although he's not been striking perfectly, he's going to be pretty happy with the outcome of the breaks tonight. He seems to have just been doing enough. He's been finding balls when he needs them. It's always the easiest position, this, because obviously you'd like to be way ahead in a match, but there is a degree of pressure. You're expected to close it out. His supporters are expecting him to get the job done quickly. You don't want to get into that kind of position where you falter a bit and let your opponent back in. You really just want to go for the clean kill where you've got all the momentum. Wow, and this time, no friends at the table. Balls spread around pretty well, but nothing finding a pocket. It's hard to muster much confidence if you're in Cole's shoes, but this is an open-ish position for him to go after. It's a positive sign that he's taking his time. I think often people quicken up when they think the match is done, but the way Cole's playing, he still fancies the task here. And that was purely because he was focused on the cannon there. It's important how he caught the second red. He just took his eye off the pot, just thinking about the contact point. Not a ball he's ever missing normally, but it's all about the position. He has covered the pocket though, which, although he's going to be disappointed he's missed, is somewhat valuable, because where the ball's sitting over the bottom right, I don't think there's quite space for the yellow around it, and it's not in a great place for any kind of combo shot.
Yeah, Oussama's looking to put some cover across that left-hand corner pocket, just to buy himself some time. And does. Different world, you could have seen him going for something attacking, but played a sensible shot there. I think a free shot would be so valuable. It's not a particularly difficult snooker to get out of. There's lots of reds, lots of yellows that you can go after. A simple one cushion escape. No obvious safety options now for Cole, so going for the positive shot. He's been a bit unlucky there. I was never quite sure where the white was going to go, and there was a danger of getting stuck, but different day, it just bounces out. Better snooker that time, more value as well from this position, because even if
Oussama comes off one or two cushions and runs into one of the yellows in the middle of the table. He's pretty likely to leave at least one of the through reds. He'll try and swerve onto the left cushion. He just catch the yellow direct. Even if he hadn't, he'd have come off the cushion and flipped it. But as you would have anticipated, he's left Cole plumb in amongst them.
That's horrific. That is absolutely horrific. He knows that.
Quite a good shot there, didn't have a ton of angle, but just wanted to get the cue ball out far enough for the ball to the left centre. And that's perfect. Anywhere close to straight on the ball, top right last. The fact that red's just to the side of it as well, actually, if anything, makes it easier. Sometimes that will be an obstruction, but just use that to stop the cue ball. Provides a good guide, guaranteed position onto the black.
Just steps up from the shot. Something caught his eye. It's a simple shot, just needs to hold the cue ball where it is.
And the Masskini march continues. 23 now in this race to 25. You can almost taste the money. He's just got to find 2 more frames. His opponent a long way back, not offering any resistance right now. Just struggling to find his way to the table. The dry breaks have killed Cole throughout so much of this match. Such a frustrating game at times. You can practice as much as you like and you can turn up thinking you've got the break where you want it, but sometimes at the moments it matters the most, you just can't find that elusive ball. So Oussama Masskini breaks off in frame 39 and he finds a ball.
That's the best break he's hit.
That's the one, shouts one of his supporters, and it certainly looks like it should be. These have split out nicely. Make a case for either colour from this position. So red's the choice. That's the frame he needs to get onto the hill. You wouldn't say it's been a completely one-sided match in terms of the play, but it's been one-sided in terms of the chances. And all credit to Oussama because he scrapped his way through. It's not all been clearances from the break, and in fact there's probably been less clearances from the break than you might have predicted, but it's just been scrapping his way in the frames that could have gone either way. Well, we haven't seen a lot of that. That was a surprising miss. It wasn't really the one you thought would be difficult.
Another one that you don't expect, and missed a few like that. Just hampered queuing on that one as well, which did make it a bit more awkward.
Yeah, if anything, it's been the easy to medium shots that have got away from him. He's played a few difficult shots very well. Sometimes that's the way there. Either you take a shot for granted or you're thinking about the position rather than the pot. The old cliche that you're sort of happier with a situation when your opponent's one away from, or more than one away from victory. If Cole can, wow, he's played a great shot there. If he can just keep potting the balls and just keep Oussama on 23, he'll feel okay. But as soon as your opponent's on the hill, you just feel so much pressure.
Just quit on that a little bit. And now I'm going to dig into this. And he's gone through the gap, take the yellow in the middle. It's a good shot.
Yeah, it's not how he'd have chosen to leave that originally, but he's actually played a very good recovery shot. It's not going away. Still going to be 7 frames behind after this, but showing his opponent that he means business at least.
One ball at a time. That's it. I see you shaking.
39 frames played. It's been a long old evening, although we were saying earlier the match played at a decent pace. With a different couple of opponents, we could be in the middle of the night by now with this scoreline, but still the right side of midnight. Masskini camp breaking out the dance moves behind. They're still in enthusiastic voice as their man lies 2 away from the winning post. Well, Bedford then, one of his supporters says one at a time, and that's all he can do from this position.
He's hit that with quite a bit more pace and finds the ball.
Got to keep believing.
It's not a bad table. Electing to go reds. Just about these 3 at the bottom of the table, and the order you take them in, probably going to have to play a clever little shot just to clear the middle of the 3 and then play short position on the one. We could try and develop it. We'll see how he goes about it. I mean, he could come down and land on that ball now, and you know, just nudge it 4 or 5 inches. He'd be unlucky not to be on something. Again, he's just taking his eye off the pot.
And that kind of thing will hurt him more. The dry breaks, obviously an element of bad luck, but that was the kind of user error that you don't see too much of.
You don't expect those misses from Cole. He's a very good potter.
The yellow's not perfectly placed. I mean, they're fairly open, but it's almost taking a moment here because there's a bit to be thought about with this pattern. Just have room to squeeze that ball past, and in doing so opened up the other difficult one.
Unwanted kiss. He was trying to come around that yellow, but just left him slightly the wrong angle on the one to middle. Still about the 2 balls up near the baulk line. It's got a good angle here. It's an angle that gives you quite a lot of choices. You can find quite a few different positions from here. So enough room to get through to the one at the top. Just needed to leave himself that slight cut. Just got to focus on the cannon on the second ball. That's the only thing that could go wrong. Played that pretty well, just a thin touch on it. Pretty straight to the centre, even though it's an acute angle. Nothing to do with the white. And this ball to get himself on the hill. Small Tiger marches towards the pot of gold at the end of this match. 24 frames now, 25, and victory will be his. Cole Bedford frozen in his chair. Dry break after dry break cost him, but in that frame he did have the chance. It was his own potting error that let Oussama back to the table. Oussama not allowing the celebrations to get to him. He knows he's still got a job to be done. Doesn't want to get himself embroiled in a battle here. Just wants to get this frame won and enjoy the celebrations. Yeah, these guys from London have really taken this young Moroccan under their wings and brought him into the fold. Part of a strong team that plays from here, which includes Ian Ali, and Toby Bolt also plies his trade around this area. There's a few very good players around here. And Oussama, one of those.
Always helps to have a few good standard players around. Going to see Ian Ali in action tomorrow, of course. Second money match of the weekend. Bigger race, bigger pot. A couple of bigger name players involved. Ian Ali takes on Shane Thompson at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Cole knows that any miss could very easily be his last. A little bit more angle here. Don't know if he can just avoid this red or if he's just going to have to glance off it.
Should have been much easier though.
Yeah, could avoid it. So continues the march towards respectability, but a long way away from the point he's putting any real pressure on. Still queuing well though. Black in the heart of the pocket gets Cole Bedford to 17. He's still 8 away from the winning line though, while his opponent just needs the 1. Cole's break, is he going to stick with the cut break? It's not really been serving him very well. You almost think is it time to just mix it up, try something a bit different. Well, sticks with the same break and sticks with pretty much the same result. Not a completely clear-cut chance, but first dibs at the balls for Oussama.
One of those days, isn't it? I mean, on another day, you pop pretty much off every one of these breaks. It's just, sometimes they just don't go for you. It's not like he hasn't tried a number of different things as well.
Not yet a clear-cut chance, but a much easier chance to take out when you're 7 frames ahead in a match. Sweet Caroline coming on in the background. End of night feel with the choice of music and end of match feel with this scoreline right now. If you're Oussama, it's much easier to motivate yourself for the kind of safety game they're getting into here. If you're in Cole's shoes, you're just desperate for a few quick frames. Not really seen any sustained bout of safety for some time in this match, but Balls have just got a bit scrappy now. Attempt just to promote his balls into better positions right now. He's got an element of control with the cover of the top left, although not insurmountable. There is a red near it. Could be played as a combination shot. It's really only that top left-hand corner that's a problem at the moment for Cole. The balls in the middle of the table have all got a home.
He's left an angle. Looks like he's going to try and attack the top left corner. There's no way you can play this with any great control. He's just going to have to... Yeah, it's one of those you had to play with pace and just try and hope for a little bit of luck. He's not had it. Well, he's had luck. It's not good though. Pushes another ball safe. Good to see him still showing some fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's a real positive to take out of this match, isn't it? I think even a few months ago you'd probably have seen him in a slightly more attacking vein at this point of the match, but grown as a player. He's had a good first season as an Ultimate Pool Pro. Feels like he's beaten at least one big name player every weekend so far.
Yeah, he's taken out some incredible results. 7-0 against Declan Brennan, 7-0 against Ronan McCarthy. He's put together some really good runs. Really good win against John McAllister that same weekend. So, it's just about doing it consistently.
Well, ironically, this final frame can end up taking longer than quite a few of the previous ones put together. Struggling to get himself into position in this frame. He's just hanging on in there. Well, played a positive shot again. Not a million miles away from coming off. It's a narrow gap though, coming up and down a table like that. It would have been a big shot to have cleared that pocket. Really apply any pressure there. All he could really do is try and make it a bit awkward for Oussama.
Yeah, suddenly Oussama's gone a big favourite in this frame.
Is he forced to go for the positive shot? Pop this one to the corner, try and run the cue ball through. May just be straight enough. No. Oh well, in fact it was. It actually had more angle. I thought it was quite a lot straighter than that.
I mean, Oussama won't care too much. He's got a big lead and just needs one more frame, but he won't want to draw this match out. He wants to get it done and dusted as soon as he can.
Money matches are obviously first and foremost about the money, but there's also an element of pride. He just wants to get it closed out. He's played well. 24, 17, 18, 19, whatever the final score ends up being, if he closes it out quickly, will be a good scoreline against a player of Cole's quality. Could this be the chance he needs. Ball in hand now, a free shot and a visit.
Yeah, the free shot should be fairly simple to open these up, and you feel this is game, set and match. It was a tough day for Cole, in fairness. When we got to the club around about 1 o'clock today, he took his cue out of his case, and the tip was soaking wet. We'd been down to Camden Town, had some lunch, and you can only assume that the cue must have just got put in some water somewhere, and somehow the water had, I mean, it was really unlucky. It could have been his brake cue and it wouldn't have mattered. So he had to then spend the next 3 or 4 hours getting a new tip put on his cue. He's had the tip off of his brake cue put onto his playing cue. So he's also had to try and bed that one in. It's a lot softer tip than he's used to. So it's been it was a tough start for him today, but don't know how that damage happened to his tip, but very unlucky, very unfortunate, and well, maybe that played a small role in this, and also his dry brakes, but ultimately it's Oussama Masskini who's put on a great performance today, done everything he needed to do.
Yeah, take nothing away from Oussama. He's done what he needed to. It's not an easy thing playing in front of a big crowd like this. It's great having the support, obviously, but it adds its own pressure. He's handled the pressure really well. Just 2 shots away now. And take a breath there. He knows he's almost done it. Just this 8 ball for the win.
Yes, indeed. A fist pump. And players shake hands, and it's a great win from the home player, Oussama Masskini. Takes the plaudits from his fans, and good game, Paul. Good all-round performance from Oussama. He was a better player on the day, and walks away with £15,000 in that pot. And that was the warm-up for tomorrow's main event. Do join us back. Tomorrow will start from 2 p.m. It's the big one. It's the rematch. Shane Thompson versus Ian Ali. Ian Ali is in the club at the moment, just over to the right-hand side, and he's ready. He's ready to go. Shane Thompson's been practicing a lot. He's ready to go. That should be an absolute cracking game tomorrow. So do join us for that one, and we'll be back on comms tomorrow. And from 2 o'clock, join us from King's Cross. But for now, it's a good night from me.
And a good night from me. Thank you to everyone that's come down to the game. Great game in the end, played in exactly the right spirit, and warm congratulations offered from Carl Bedford as he leaves. Join us again tomorrow afternoon at 2.